Hello everybody, this is Sänger von SILVERSTEIN. You're watching Gestromed.
Ja, liebe Leute von griffen.de, liebe Fans, das ist heute meine Feuertaufe, mein erstes Interview vor der Kamera. Pierre diesmal hinter der Kamera als Kameramann.
Yes.
Und wir haben uns heute SILVERSTEIN rausgesucht, die heute eine Warm-Up-Show spielen hier in Münster. Morgen ist das VAINSTREAM. Und neben mir sitzt Shane, der Sänger von SILVERSTEIN. Hello Shane.
Hello, how are you doing? Good, man.
I'm fine too. Okay, let's start. You have a new album out. It's
Yes.
called Rescue. And I must say it's a killer one.
Thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, we're really happy with it. We spent a long time on it, almost a whole year, writing and recording it. So really happy with how it came out.
Okay, cool. It's your first album for Hopeless Records.
That's right.
And what's the reason for this? You left Victory Records.
Yeah, well,
you have 6 albums there in 7 years.
Yeah, we did 4. Yeah, we did 4 full-length albums and a couple B-side records and one live record. And yeah, basically our contract was over with Victory, and we just wanted to explore other labels, other options out there, and talked to a whole bunch of labels. And Hopeless Records was the one that really we felt like was the best fit, just with who they are as people and their ethics. How they run their business and their label, and that was just something that we wanted to be a part of.
Okay. Did the contract include a live album, or was it just that you want to leave Victory?
No, with Victory we signed for 4 albums.
Okay.
We did 4 full-length albums, and then we also did like the live album there you have on your paper, and then we did another one which was our old stuff called 18 Candles, and those were separate things we did with Victory, but after we did finish Shipwreck in the Sand, we were finished our contract with Victory. So there was talk about possibly re-signing with Victory, but after we talked to a whole bunch of labels, we realized that Hopeless was a much better fit for us.
Okay. I read that you said the new album sounds like a mixture between Shipwreck in the Sand and Discovering the Waterfront. Is it right?
I'd say the best way to describe it is that it sounds like Rescue, but at the time, that was before we finished recording it, and people were kind of asking me, putting me on the spot a little bit, like what does it sound like? So that's kind of what I said, which is somewhat accurate, I guess, but yeah, it's always hard to describe your own music to someone,
It's the first album that only consists of one word. The reason for this, because you always had long titles or longer titles, and it's just one word, Rescue. Yeah,
it's a good question. We kind of were going for that. We'd done the big long titles so many times, and we thought, well, wouldn't it be cool to be able to kind of sum up this album with just one word, and we thought about, well, what am I trying to say with this album? What is the meaning overall? And we decided that Rescue was just a really fitting title to kind of sum up everything and still have a positive message with it.
And what's the main reason behind Rescue? Do you want to be rescued, or?
I think it's just an uplifting, positive word. I think that everyone in life can sort of relate to. Everybody has had someone help them out, has had someone, whether it was their parents or whether it was a friend or whatever, help them in a time of need, and I think most people have extended that help to someone else too, and that's just something that is something that I think the human race should be more of. It's more just a good thing. So we felt like Rescue was just a really good way to talk about hope and talk about the main message of that, which is what our band's always kind of been about.
Okay. Is there a deeper thought between cover concept and album title?
Yeah, no, there is. I mean, all the artwork always has to do with, you know, the album and the artwork and the lyrics. I mean, so yeah, we thought like you know, having the carry pigeon, you know, as sort of a sign for a rescue was there, and then some of the other stuff inside. There's like an ambulance sort of hospital scene, and then there's also like a beach, kind of like a SOS on a beach sort of thing. So that was all sort of planned out.
Okay. I read in a German magazine, that you are a friend of downloading. And what do you think about, I'm not saying fans, people downloading music illegally in the internet?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I have this like crazy stance, like this Metallica Napster thing or anything. Like, I mean, I know it happens, and I know that in some ways it is a way to get your music out there to a lot of people. And but all I'm trying to say when I talk about it is that if you like a band and you want to support a band, you should buy their album, because it does help a band out. And these days, I'm sure you guys know about like the rising gas prices. It's very hard for bands, small bands, to tour and be able to sustain themselves. I'm not talking about make money. I'm talking about literally put gas in their tank to get to the next show and put food in their bellies to live. Like, that is a problem, and
especially in Germany at the time.
I mean, it's a problem everywhere. So it's you know, it's just something that people need to understand, that not buying a band's record does affect them negatively. And if you can't afford a record and you like a band, you should buy it to support that band, because if the band breaks up, I mean, it was your fault. That's essentially all I'm saying.
Okay, Leute, habt ihr das gehört? Kauft die Alben, kauft sie. Okay, what do you want to do with your music in comparison to the people? How do you want to impact people's lives? What do you want to give to your fans with your music?
I mean, I think I want them to take from our music what they need, you know, and I think always with our music from our very first album, I was just writing words and things that were just my own thoughts and my own problems and my own battles that I've encountered, and I was always very honest about them. And I think people were able to relate to them because they were very, you know, I guess normal things, but and very common things that everyone could kind of say, oh yeah, you know, I've been through that too. And I think it's the same thing now, and I think I've never censored myself, I've never held back what I wanted to say, and I think that's maybe why people come up to me and they say, you know, like, your song saved my life, or I wouldn't be alive right now if it wasn't for your music. When someone says that to me, that's, you know, the best thing they can say to me. You know, that keeps me going and keeps me doing what I do.
I read today that you did a cover version, an acoustic cover version of Save the Day song?
Yeah, a few years back, yeah.
A few years back?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe you can go in a City and Color direction.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I do play good, you know, a lot of acoustic guitar, and it is something that I enjoy doing. So, I mean, maybe one day I'll do something on my own like that. But right now, I don't know.
Not planned right now.
Not right now. No, I'm just, you know, kicking the tires a little bit on it. But I don't know if it'll be something that will be feasible or will happen soon. But I'll always play music my whole life. You know, no matter how old I am. If I can hold a guitar and I can speak, I'll make music.
How old are you?
30.
30? Young guy.
Young guy, yeah.
If you could change something in the music industry, anything, what would it be?
That's such a hard question, man. I think, like, that's the problem right now, is nobody knows what they want to change, you know, to make it better. And I think really it comes down to it's such a hard question, man. I'm sorry, I don't really know. Like,
internet.
Well, I mean, the internet, yeah, like the internet is like the best thing and the worst thing at the same time, and that's the problem, you know. And I don't know if I would want to just change something like that. I think you know, music out there right now is as good as it's ever been. I think there's bands really pushing the limits, and I think those bands are accessible. because of the internet, because of the information, you know. And I think, you know, maybe within the next 5 years, maybe there won't be any more record labels. Maybe it'll just be artists, you know, independently, and then like maybe sort of networks based around bands. Not so much labels, but just sort of like networks of bands that are you know, sort of related. And maybe that'll be how it works. But I don't know right now where to take that step. Yeah, well, kind of. But the thing is like Radiohead and 9 Inch Nails, they're huge fucking bands that have sold millions of records. Like, you can't, what they do is, it's great, you know, but you can't compare what they do to my band or to, you know, any, you know, band, like a local band in Münster just getting their start, because it doesn't work that way. Okay. So, you know, it's hard to know what step to take to get it to where it needs to be. I think there's a lot of things that need to happen, but I think it'll get there. I think it will, and eventually, with whatever happens, it will force its hand, you know, and it'll become what it will become.
These walls are bare, no one pretends to care. A distant memory, his masterpiece, a desperate round. No!
How does it come that you play the warm-up gig here? Was it too late to get on the bill at the VAINSTREAM?
No, what happened actually was we were slotted to play in Austria at the Nova Rock on Saturday and the Download in the UK on Sunday. So then after we'd already booked those shows, and then the VAINSTREAM was like, you guys want to play? And we're like, we can't because we already booked these. So then we're doing this tonight. So it's at least something for, you know, the people that are going to go to see us.
Great.
So we were able to, you know, do lots of stuff over like 2 weeks.
Do you know the other bands?
I know. We played with Adept the other day, and the other band I've heard of, yeah, but I don't really know them.
It's a German band.
So I'll check them out.
And the cameraman is a fan. He's a fan.
Cool.
He likes them very much.
Friends.
Okay. What can we expect from your show tonight?
Just, you know, craziness. I think it's going to be as chaotic as we can be. I mean, it's going to be a bit different because I think a lot of the people are here, they've traveled in, they're going to stay the weekend, and it's going to be like drunken party. You know, I think it's going to be that kind of a vibe. So.
Do you drink beer?
I drink beer, yeah.
Yeah, I read that you're a vegan band, right?
Well, we're all vegetarians. We have one vegan guy, but we all drink except one guy's straight edge.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that would be the next question.
Yeah, one guy.
You're not?
No.
When do you leave? Tonight?
Yeah, we have to leave fairly early because we got to go all the way to Austria.
Do you get homesick sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's like I was saying earlier, you know, it's like traveling around, you do get lonely, and it's like when, you know, when someone comes up to you and they say to you, like, you know, your music saved my life or something. Sometimes it's those things that really keep me going and, you know, and make it seem what I do worth it.
I saw that you have your new CD downstairs for $10. I think it's a really fair price in Germany. Was it your idea or the label's choice?
That's just what we always sell them for. What does it cost in the store?
50.
Yeah. I don't know. Why not? I mean, we want to, you know, we want people to hear our stuff. So if 10, you know, I think 10's reasonable. So.
Yeah, 10's cool. Okay, yeah. We're at the end.
Cool. Thank you, man.
Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Das war Shane von SILVERSTEIN und ja, ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß beim Zugucken.